Yeah, U3, live from the underground.
Yo, it's your girl D signing unknown, and we have a special guest in the building. He's on U3 before. Now we get to actually sit and live in because the first interview was like to who you are. We have only three, aka Shock Boy. Man, that's the first question we're gonna get into. The name change.
Yeah,
Could you start off with the heartthrob? You was breaking with us back in the day,
it was.
and now you are only three.
Yeah.
What's name change?
Like I outgrew through the hard drive. Only three is a rap producer and the artist with three in their name. You know what I'm saying? I'm the only one that's why it's only three. It's me one in there shocking in the whole music industry.
With B3, you said you was just rapping and all that.
I'm an actor and a model too. You feel me? Like
Okay,
outside of the
acting,
music,
modeling.
yeah, doing that.
Now I know your sound has you three. You know my favorite song. I tell you all the time.
Crazy.
Man, you and Kirsha Day.
Yeah.
Man, you got to work with her
Yeah.
before she was big.
Yeah, so happy, man. I just seen like last night. It was the crazy thing is I've always, as you would notice, I've always had the eye of within San Antonio from here that have gone on to get signed, and I'm on my way doing the same thing.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I like that you got to work. She was related to my next door neighbor at the time. So my next door neighbor had a party and we pulled and I actually got to see him. So I was like, man, I feel like you said, you got a talent, you're for talent. Yeah, I saw something dope.
Yeah, it's like really my music was back kicked it in house one day.
So how you feel about artists who actually did features you before you changed your name?
Yeah.
How you know you ain't big enough, you ain't working with you.
Yeah.
But now big, people probably like, man, let me get that feature.
Yeah.
And you be thinking back then, when I was B3.
Exactly. Switched up only three for sure. They can block, but I talk to people like Jay who, went by DJs to the whole underclassmen. Those really my bros. People like that. People like BDS, who was now minus gravity. Really my bros too. You know what I'm saying? When they come to the city, I might be the only artist rolling with them. I don't really talk about shit like that, but I love shit that I just love so much because it's like it just reminds me that all about all the time. Like some people actually really is everything. My relationship with these people is beautiful.
I agree with that.
What I mean? Like me and you.
Exactly what I was gonna say. I'm like, listen to this. Let me know if I should this out.
Yeah. Even when I was in LA, I remember y'all doing the phone call. I remember late at night and doing that interview with you. You know.
And then you sent me a CD.
Then,
sent me a CD.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how long ago was that? It's 2022. How long ago was that?
Little moments like that.
Little moments like that matter.
Like 2 minutes.
You never know what that's gonna do later. You feel me? You never know what that 1 minute means later.
Hey, if I come up in the voice 2%, let's give me that 2%.
Yeah. Who knows? Some from this interview might make a song. You know what I'm saying?
Now, when you moved to bring some of that Texas swag with you up there, I know you did.
No, definitely. Yeah, I keep wherever I go. It's so different that like Southern being real humble, people not caring so much, even though we are from the city. Like people really love that out there. They grab it. It's like a death.
To get into your head that, you know what, it's time for me to move from a little bit.
I definitely thought that 20 and I was putting out Scream and all them songs, you feel me, and viral. I felt like a couple games, you know what I'm saying? And already was running the city. You need the biggest shark I could be. I gotta go swim with bigger sharks. You feel me? I gotta really like. I go soak in that culture. So to LA, like it was a culture rap out there, like like women actually rap out there, like they not.
They see you and think you.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Puerto Rican.
Exactly.
Hey. I'm like, hey, I'm from Texas.
Yeah, I'm from Texas. I'm black and Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I sent a vote. And
Do you bring that in?
Like, I'm at the end of the day, I'm the black and Mexican kid from San Antonio here singing and English and rapping that's getting played on the radio and I'm taking worldwide. So it's really like me, just so many things, and like you wouldn't do that.
I like that you do that. One, you're embracing your culture, both cultures, black and Hispanic. We're in San Antonio.
Yeah.
We are 90% Hispanic, Mexican. Like you have to where you at. You just do this trap and not, learn the language a little bit.
Exactly.
So you got to promote to where you majority lives where you are. Hispanic or mixed with Hispanic do not want to tap into that culture. And I told one, you got to rap the whole song in Spanish. Do a little. And he saw it. He's like, yeah, this is what I need to do. I'm like, why are y'all not tapping into people? We don't like to collab with people outside of our race. And I'm like, why? You 90% Hispanic, you tap to come into your world, you don't come into their world.
That's you being a boss of somebody and you, the person you talk to, being small-minded and not being a boss for somebody. Like, why wouldn't you sing in Spanish? Why wouldn't I do that with like a Mexican? Like, you know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, but I'm related to it. Told me that, and I ain't really trying to hop on tracks, messings and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it. I'm like, bro, you never be the superstar I'm gonna be. Everybody can't be number one, so you make it easier for me. That's how I look at this shit.
I hear it all the time.
I'm a
like,
shark.
why?
Yeah,
That makes no sense. Small-minded.
Not everybody can boss.
It
Like, you know what I'm saying?
does
Some people got the mentality of my record label at the end of the day.
Now I know you bought that Texas swag to Cali.
Yeah.
What from Cali bring back to Texas? Mine is that because you came back and now he's just like, let me show the chest more.
Yeah, I mean, it's just me. I brought the beach ball back. I brought the with me. Summer never ends. Brought the vibes with me. You feel me? I brought the skinnies. My band. I still rocking bands right now. You feel me? Years. You know what I'm saying? I was rocking skinnies when motherfuckers was like that shit gay. Like rocking oversized jeans and shirts. Shirts that was 3 sizes.
Belt buckles that
you kept the sticker on it that tall. Like get the fuck out of here, man.
With
like,
the belt buckle.
No, literally. Yeah, I'm a whole beach boy, so that's they can't relate to as well because like I really grew up at the beach. I got that story.
Who is Shark Boy?
Shark Boy is the super producer, the singer, the engineer, and the producer, the actor, and the model.
So you're like,
yeah, exactly. Doing it for other people, making other people's best songs, and then doing it for myself. Double back and making songs for myself. Match it. I got the movie like to match. So when you really got that and you kick that, it just breathes into the music. I was talking about off camera. Also there, like moments like that make me as great as I am now. You feel me? Because you and that knows from literally that I've started from nothing.
All it took is one song. You never know that one song can. This person has something. That's all it took was just that one song with you in case today. Just take that one song, and it's not just about her being on it. It's your song. You say, you know what, he got something.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know what song it was, and I don't know how I've gone on YouTube. I want to know. Man, my mind just went blank. Talking about legend and stuff.
Let's talk about definitely a legend.
I guess we got legend with that song.
What was that?
But we're talking about the Shark Boy, and you said now being acceptable for other artists because you know the mindset of a rapper. You know the mindset singer. You know one that's not just doing a typical rap. So you know if they want a little reggaeton. If they want a little cumbia in it too as well. Do you feel like of an artist because you are an artist first and then you are the producer?
Right, real quick. You can see it. I got you.
Vibe it out.
I can't even get it right, but we gonna go right there.
That's good.
Yeah, that's me being an artist helps so much because it's easy for me to explain to someone why this artist and a producer. Let me tell you why. And I say this to people all the time. I'm dropping on this right now, right? So where if I know a certain artist is walking in the studio, I'm gonna have beats ready. I just dropped a gem for y'all. I hope y'all listen to that. I'm the type of producer that your soul is not ready to record this track. I will stop the session and say, go take 5 minutes. Go do what the fuck else when you're ready to give me that movie moment that is gonna inspire a hit song and that performance as a hit song. If you're not gonna
as an artist, like I said, because you're an artist first and then you're a producer, does it really make it easier for an artist to explain what kind of beats? Because I'm always looking to really see my vision, like customize my beat, especially if I'm trying to hum something. But if you're an artist, I can hum something like whatever I want to hum it. You be like, oh yeah,
exactly. And then we can start there because I'm gonna know, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna check what key you're singing in with, like, you know, the beat in that key, so that when you're singing on it, this shit sounds so great and people's like, damn, like she just found. Nah, we were just sticking to the key she wanted to sing in or whatever, or he, and that's so key. It's like when I fly to people in my city, they and then expect me to be convinced when I listen to this shit.
I have to BPM. Artists do not mention that. I know to be maker and the beat man, he asked me BPM, and I knew what BPM I wanted. And he was kind of shocked.
Right.
And I'm a DJ, so I know BPM.
Exactly.
But I know the exact BPM. I can say, hey, I wanted about this BPM and this BPM. Like because most majority artists probably come to you and say, hey, I want semi-fast.
Right. And
I want it slow.
Yeah. And
that can mean any fast, could mean anything semi-slow, can mean slow or just R&B slow.
Right.
Fast as in like Jersey fast, or you know.
And that's them not really having direction. Like if you come into the studio, already ideas for you to. I'm not gonna wait till you get there to how you feeling. Let's go in this direction. Like maybe 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because what if you don't know where you want to go? What if you don't even have a vision for your own self?
You play a beat.
Like when for example, Trap Summer, a lot of those songs, the whole song is written by me and the beat and all of exactly how I was singing it. Just sing out of your mouth, just like memorize it, and then we'll make it a hit.
Or an artist, and you do. It's harder to make beats for yourself than this.
No,
you
like
tough on yourself. You feel like you might hear a beat and be like, no, I don't know if this is for me. I'm gonna give it to someone else.
So through the whole month, I'll make like maybe 50 beats.
Okay.
Right. So once
I have like a beat session with yourself.
I listen to all 50. As the artist in me may want to keep maybe 10 to 15.
Okay.
So I put those I have left, and just picking the ones that are for me.
Or that you feel like will fit your project too.
That I most feel like I'm just attached to, right? That for me.
Because there's a lot of beats, like you said, you're a dope beat maker, you make a lot of dope beats, but sometimes it might be time. So
Right.
you might be like, you know what, I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it to someone
Yeah,
else. Let it-
exactly.
You ever had a
And then-
beat that you have to that you
Yeah,
let
I'm glad I did
tell me
because
that beat? So tell me that beat. Like what really made it touch your heart?
like making a beat or like you
That
mean
one
let-
beat that you have to beat that hard.
it's really just me being unselfish with the shine. Like some beats, they already got a hit by. They already are who actually hops on it, like it's a slap.
Yeah.
And those are the hardest beats to let go. 'Cause here's that they're gonna want it, and then they're gonna anger off of it in their own way, and then go perform it. But to me, that's what I always want. Like if it literally get taken right away, single, and then start performing. So like when I'm
Yeah.
out and I catch the show, I might how many times I watch shows heard my beat playing like on somebody's stage. Like maybe that beat wasn't for me, but I still made it on stage.
Business side of beat making, because I know a lot of beat makers do not like to talk about business side,
Yeah.
which we have to, because
You
you have
have
to
to.
make money as a beat maker.
Yeah.
Now I know a couple of beat makers who like to do beat tape. You feel like someone's gonna take your music? It's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm taking my beats.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I wouldn't even like there was something that someone take my
Yeah.
right. So I approach it, and it's because I have a close relationship, right? So thinking like my relationship with God's like burst my relationship
Yeah.
with music. So I like look at him. He can rip it off YouTube. He can put in his program. He can put the drums to put the same sounds if he wants to or she. But it ain't only three.
No. You either make it with love or make it
Right.
time. Exactly.
So how you gonna take the steak, right, and take it to your kitchen and think that we got the same seasoning, the same exact season as me? You mix the seasonings up the same and season your it's not gonna be like that. Like I literally put love every beat, and if it come out, I trash beats all the previous one or two. But if I feel like, oh, I didn't really love that,
you ever the beat and went back to it?
for sure, I trash songs. It was for a reason.
Yeah.
It was for a reason. It was at that time. That time
Like
was
you
for a
said, like you a chef. Sometimes
like I got beats right now. Like if I drop, no, the city won't know what to do this time.
timing is
of it.
everything.
Right. That's why we chose the time to drop Trap Summer. I could have finished Trap Summer in months. I waited 6 months. All that shit.
You
So
don't
when I
want to rush
drop
anything.
it ain't rushed, and you can tell I'm forever on it. You know what I'm saying? I and that's why like I'm spending the rest of the year promoting my album. I'm not even worried
That's
about
what
dropping it. But see, some people don't promote it because
They
they're
really
not
don't.
really dropping it with love. They're just dropping something because they got impressed, like so they got to see moving. What people think of me, and that's why I could have one album in this whole year, and the motion that it's creating around, the way it's creating is crazy.
I want to talk about have you ever dealt with any artists that's hard to pay the beat? You know, like I said, beat makers got I ain't gotta pay this much, and then the artists know the difference between leasing and own the beat too, because some artists don't know the side of it. Because I know you know that side as a beat maker and as an artist. So let's talk about that. What's the difference between a leasing beat and the beat for people who don't know? People who don't know.
Most definitely. So I'll put it into if I went to you with $10,000 and I said I want to own your car, I want you to sign everything about that car.
Yeah.
But it's 10 you get that all right. You agree to it. You signed
Exactly.
to it. If I came to you and said to get that same $1,000 to use your car for the next, just leasing your car, not ever owning it, because at the end of the year I have to get that bitch back or pay another $10,000.
Now, if someone pays you, let's say they pay $1,000 for a beat, custom made or whatever, I don't know your price. I'm just making this up. So do you get paid from that beat? Is there like a leasing? Do y'all talk about an agreement where I get 50% royalties? How does that work?
So
So
again,
I'm trying to help some artists out.
This is me just contracts with anyone. I don't like leasing, owning beats. Like any beat that I ever make, unless you have me on paper signed, no one that ever has got a beat for me has a paper.
Even custom?
I'll tell you why. Because no one has come with the highest amount yet to make me be like everything will ever make.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No one. I mean, people talk about it and we hear it all the time. We're like, what's the amount that someone could come with to make me like, yeah, you get all that 10 million.
Yeah.
No one has ever brought me that and made me feel like that's what I want to do. So if I've ever wrote a hook for you or a song, or made a song for you, sung a hook for you, I own that shit. I don't negotiate creative control. I get to produce all the sessions that I'm in. Even when I'm signed to biggest labels in the world with biggest artists, they'll have to understand like I'm here for a reason. And you don't get to go the title because you deserve to be the GM or whatever. And that all changes when you're only 3. I'm gonna walk in that motherfucker like I'm GM, and this is why you're gonna trade me this now because I have the vision that you don't have. I'm not out here just talking like, oh, why I'm the executive producer of everything I do. You the one that's making the song.
Yeah.
I might bomb the song. You're making the song. This never come out.
Exactly.
The way that my job is so important because I'm doing it all. I'm not the writer, the engineer, the producer. All these things care about every song a little bit more than maybe just someone that's hopping on.
You doing multiple jobs.
Like I'm not just making songs to
Drop it and forget
just
about
drop it and forget about it. Like I want this shit to be your best song yet, or like a single. I'm doing with Bebecita. Like me and Sean never sat down with her to write the song. I didn't think that it was gonna be on the radio.
Yeah.
Manifested that. As soon as he was done writing that hit, this shit gonna be on the radio.
Odyssey tapped into that market. I was talking about that's how you get a market.
You gotta tap into
They
that
don't want to
market.
just hear that now.
I don't
Trap
just want to
songs
hear
are good
Yeah.
from time to time, but you got to tap into another side of the market. You got to be able to network with others from your side of the town. Don't be afraid to drop that reggaeton. Like, tap into other artists. But I want to get back.
That's facts.
I want to get back into the promotion side because you mentioned that. Just because I do radio and I want artists on my radio station.
Yeah.
Like I promote other people who do podcasting as well. How important artists listen to? How important is it when you not just dropping a song, but dropping an album, single, EP, anything? Because I know a lot of artists, they might perform the song at a show here and there, and then that's it. They don't talk to the DJs. They don't go to the radio station. How important? Because people feel like we're not that important.
I do appreciate all the DJs. Let me say that first because it's about relationships, right? So my relationship with you, this interview totally different. You know what I'm saying? You and me got a certain vibe because we've gone. We used to see each other at 10.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We was totally different people. Like and we were in a relationship, and it's super important. Like no lie, right? Me and Shadi and my manager was out looking all around these different, getting everyone's email that we could, passing out all the cards that we could, while probably y'all was asleep.
Yeah.
We was really out there doing that last night. Like the everyday, it's a lifestyle. Like how are you not gonna go out and promote it?
And I feel like there's always a disconnect with artists and DJs. Artists never send me their music, and artists is always saying DJs don't play. Afraid, like you always make that. Like I know you probably made the post. DJs tap in, send me. Don't be afraid. Make that post. Email. And we drop email.
Drop the email.
I always say this, and people don't listen to me. Dojo DJs. We have this email address. One email to that email address. All of us get it.
Yeah.
So it's not like just one person. 3 are here and 2 like can all get the song. So don't be afraid. Like you said, talk to people. I know DJs might charge. Every DJ is like that. If you go to a DJ to it, if you can play, you can't. If you can't tonight, I understand. What they gonna do? Oh, address.
Right.
Tap in.
Yeah.
Send it. Scary.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Do I bite?
Yeah.
No, but don't be afraid. Connection, DJ people, and like you said, talk to people. Do that footwork on social media now. Like it's all about TikTok. I post that one TikTok, we get famous, 1K views.
I hear people telling
that's
me,
all it takes.
I hear guys hitting me up like, yo, the TikTok the wave, you got a TikTok. And although that may be true, I listen to that pop up on TikTok. And I listen to nothing but hits. Famous or the guy that's making hit songs and famous for that.
And a lot of these big artists aren't just posting TikToks, like you said.
Exactly. Like get big on TikTok.
That footwork is still
those relationships. Like if you're not there showing people, like I went in front of a phone camera, but it's the fact around me and I'm on these shows and stages, and when I get off, I go holler at people and I'm really in my heat. And when they feel like, oh, it's a screen, he's actually like a real star, then you'll see that it don't matter what platform. If the motherfucking aliens on another planet had a platform and they put me on, I'd be a star there too.
Yeah, he gonna be a star in area.
Yeah, it's all in the mind of you. And if you feel like you need TikTok to be famous, then chances are you do. I don't feel like I need anything. I star anywhere without phone, even though people feel it like you gotta have that, and without that, you'll never be what you want to be. Like
I feel like people will see somebody one time, and then the next show they're like, "You remember me?" I'm like, "I just met you once." Like you gotta let me at least meet you 2, 3 more times. Come up to me and be like, "Hey, this is like guy coming up and introduce yourself," and I'm like, "Yeah, I remember you. You came up to me. Oh, you had the blue shirt on last show. Remember people who performed the last show?
You know what I'm saying?
13 other people. Like,
did you did you give a memorable hit? Did you make the crowd feel like
you didn't personally talk to me?
You hit the stage. It can't just be that you was on the show. Like, and let me say this while we on this, because I don't think no one's ever said this. Why the fuck would I ever want to open? And then here's the kick. Why would I pay for it?
That's the topic nowadays. Artists are finally like realizing after like.
Because it's all in your mind, right? If you got a big promoter from your city and you have a lot of clout or following, and they have such coming through, artists, yo, you want to hit the stage, you know what I'm saying? Got a slot for you, $200. Bro, shut the fuck up. If nobody here tells you to shut the fuck up.
It's sad that it took people.
Like,
it's sad. Hey,
I'm talking to everybody that's ever said that type of shit.
I just have to.
If you've ever preached energy to including the natural flavor that they have to make it in the industry, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you why. You're not the trendsetter that you think you are. And let me tell you how I know. Because I grew up I did work in other cities, and you guys are making it to where these people here that have talent have small minds. So they'll always be, I broke out of that because I got away. That was God's story for me. That's why I'm here to tell you to shut the fuck up. Not the super producer. That's why I'm known everywhere. I can walk anywhere in this fucking town and everyone knows me. But I'm saying that I put in a lifelong of work for you to shut the fuck up. That's what we need. We need motherfucker about the music in real in studio session is better. The music coming out of the city is better. And no one has to open up for anyone because artists that come here already, when I get there, make sure that nigga and that girl who's whatever is opening up for me because I heard like that. That's what we need.
Because so many times, great DJs like myself do these shows, and we always get blamed for listening too much. Or why do I sound low? I'm like,
it's not you.
Because that's the track.
Yeah, that's the master. That's
like,
your engineer and producer, not
me.
Yeah, that's your engineer. They're not loving you.
That's because you went into this base to the 100 million power.
You feel me?
You thought that was not knowing.
Turn it up, because like
not knowing you sound like an old stereo.
No, for real.
So happy you mentioned that. But now you mentioned how people paying to open up. What are your thoughts on these? Because I recently was a judge for a competition. I say was for. All I know is that kind of broke out into a little fight.
Oh,
look, I want to know your competition because now they have you pay to compete to open up. They recently did that for.
Now you gotta compete
for Gorilla Zoe recently.
You know what I'm saying?
Who else they did it for? I want to say, what's his name? Big Tuck.
Yeah.
They did it for Big Tuck.
I would never compete to win up for. I'm sorry, like I'm.
And then kind of weird because it's crazy. The artist who won first place, the judges act.
Right.
And the artist who got second place set the bar, but the artist who won happened to be from Waco. The DJs were from Waco, judges from Waco.
Right.
So he ended up winning. So you're paying all this money.
Yeah, you just swindled.
And then look at that flyer, like the second.
No, and I would never get caught. My manager Shadia, who's also from Miami. Let me shout out Miami, my Miami Summer Never Ends team. Let me do that bullshit.
But not only that too, why would I pay? I'm figure this
out. Let me
$1,000 to compete to win a radio interview when I can just hit up that video and be like, hey, I'm playing.
You know what I'm saying? The thing is, people.
So I pay $1,000 to lose my magazine place when I can just hit them up. We pay like $100.
Let me tell you something about big cities like TL and Miami and LA and New York, right? And I say this all the time. Started in San Antonio. I think that hip hop started on motherfucking Commerce and New Braunfels. Like
you know what I hear people say this thing. People say that
y'all are getting swindled out here.
What are your thoughts on that? People say we don't have a music scene.
Antonio got only 3. And I have all the confidence in the world because I'm sure of this shit. It's not a racist you can put on a song with me that's gonna run. Yeah, I'm from San Antonio. Yeah, I'm not from Dallas. Yeah, I'm not from Austin. But I'm still the GOAT. Yeah, bitch, and if I prove that, you're not gonna be successful. Then it's time for us to shoot a video. Then you gotta get in the video and look as cool as me as a track. You gotta have it. It's like Antonio and I'm that motherfucking nigga. No one's gonna ever stop that. It ain't an artist from another city in Texas that could come that I get in San Antonio. I'm really from here. Outside of right now, that we in the building, we have Barbara Jordan. I grew up over here. I used to pool right there, hooping dancing in the basketball court. Real East Side shit. Yeah, the East Side killers, they know me for real. I used to play at Dory Mill Street. My grandma is right here. My grandpa stayed on other Sturgeon.
Yeah.
So right here. I'm really from over here. Like that. It's that y'all getting swindled. Your music's not as good as you think it is. And that's why you're getting swindled by motherfucking J-Killers, DJs, and what else knows because you're.
And it's crazy because you know artists come up to me a lot. And the first thing they ask when you throwing the show.
Right.
I want to make sure when I decide to, it's right.
Right. Do it right.
So why wish it?
Why
would I wish
Don't
it?
do it.
Just because you see every other DJ do it, every other promoter. I am not in the
and DJs that are out here charging artists for what artists that y'all all collaborated and how much money did you get? Yeah. How much money did you get in the process of them not getting signed and them nothing from the performance that you made them pay for? And that you probably didn't even make sure that the artist got introduced to them and like shook their hand and maybe heard out of you as like y'all be doing the most. And I expect that. I will disrespect you to the fullest because what you gonna do in my city?
This is why I have not gone. It takes time.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, if you
not in no rush to throw it. I
respect to you because I love you. But if you ain't out here playing fuck out of here, you up on the hottest shit. If you ain't out here playing only in the city worldwide, has worldwide fans. My song has dropped in other countries on the radio. You're not playing my shit. One of the songs, and my album has the hottest artists from time out of San Antonio. I made sure and those artists and made hits with all, but you're not playing it because what you think you're cool. Who the fuck do you think you are? Anybody's bitch with me. Don't make me pull up to the club that you DJ and the girl that you like to bring to stand next to you spinning your shit like I'm him, nigga. This is my town. Make sure you remember everybody is watching my city, nigga.
Now I'm gonna tell you one of my I won't say a bad habit. One of my habits is because I love my music. A lot of I play that because I get so caught up in playing the music. I always forget to record to let people know. So I DJ'd a bachelorette party music. So I played electronic music. I played one of your songs. It was it is one of anything that bounce to. They didn't care what it said. 3ABC. Yeah. Just shake that booty. So a lot of underground music, and then I played that. I was like, man, I have to record it. Hey, I'm in your music. I'm in the moment. You just be doing it. But and then if you don't know, U3 is making that playing them. We had to stop for a little bit because you know I do this myself.
Yeah, that's
it's
real.
A lot.
Real.
I'm in the midst of trying to get a co-host. So if you want to pop in, because I got a lot of music in my inbox that needs to be played.
And you're gonna find that host when it's time. Yeah. You know
what I mean?
And I know motherfuckers gonna be excited because you got only 3 on this motherfucker. So they like, yo, if you want to host me, you gotta call me
in the building. Let's get into your new project that you have.
Yeah.
Never ends.
You feel me?
How'd you come up with the title?
Oh, but I never answered your question. I'm sorry. You asked me how, after that, and I had it on my mind, so I got to flex it. Those people that are doing that, y'all are doing the wrong thing. Stop trying to copy. This ain't Houston. This ain't Atlanta. This is San Antonio, Texas. If you scared to be a trendsetter, you shouldn't even be here because you making it harder for people like that. College Park 1 deep, and I'm in the showcase shows seeing 100 artists who don't got it, and then one or two come, they thing. Like, I hope nobody back home tries to imitate this. Like, this ain't it. Like, because you should already have the ear star. That's the star. They got work to do, but believe it. But that tells me these promoters really believe in yourself. Let's get back to when everyone was confident with your ability to think for yourself was best for you.
I have a short idea I'm going to share with you after the interview.
Yeah. What's that? I'm going to keep it 100.
A lot of people don't know that.
A lot of people hate me for that.
There's times I randomly will hit them up. I find them with the name change. Man. But once I find them, I do write. Sometimes I randomly hit you up like, hey, I need your advice on this. What's your thoughts on this? So I got it. How'd you come up with the title?
So Shark Boy is,
like you said, sex symbol.
Yeah, symbol of sex. only 3.
Model.
Model, actor, producer, singer, everything. Only 3 and is my name, obviously. Dreams Records is what owns Summer Never Ends is based off all the summer moments that I'm trapped in that I really make. Boy is the Summer Never Ends aesthetic, the shark that's always in the ocean because summer never ends. Everybody at the beach. I come out, I hop on the sand, I chill, smoke a weed, you know what I'm saying? I might go right back in the ocean.
Okay.
So it's like the dream, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, artists is dreaming to be Shark Boy, but you're going to get to, I don't need no one. When you feel like you're an ultimate artist, you're like, I don't need no one. I don't have to make a call in the studio. I mean, it's all to my idea, like Hop for one of my highest streaming songs off my album. Every show that I perform it at, they're requesting it, people sharing it. Summer Moon came from an idea. I told Shadi one day when we were to, sample Dream. I'm not going to sample it, I'm going to just replay it, and then I'm going to make the instruments different so I don't have to, go through a shit. Yeah. But of course, they go shit, whatever. We'll talk about that later. But that all came from an idea. Then it turned into Get Perfect, adding the sound, all the little perks, all that shit is me, arranging the beat how it is, that's all me. Then it comes with me with different ideas before I do the verses, before I even touch a verse. Okay. So I remember even, again, riding with Shadi on a different day. I heard a song, like, that ain't it. Like, you close, but that ain't it. And I'm like, that's what I felt too.
It's good to have
gotta have real ones. You ones on your team. That's a whole other.
Like, oh yeah, this is it.
Right.
They know that's
right,
not it.
And I know that's not it. They just where they don't want to keep you from being a star. Yeah, you just never know. I'm blessed to have someone genuine like Shadi. But she was like, I'm saying I did that, and then we have Summer Moon, and to me, that is my favorite song right now. You know what I'm saying? That's my own favorite song. You know what I'm saying? And for me to be performing it and seeing people just send them back to those summer moments that they first heard that first melody.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we gonna make that happen. Manifesting that everything. I'm a manifestation king, and that's me being Shark Boy as well.
The whole project got hit.
Appreciate you.
I've been to a lot of studio sessions with artists like, oh, this is just a filler.
Yeah.
It's just a
filler song
that people just like, crazy. I guess skip through or I'm not really gonna listen to. But why would you want that?
Why would you?
That's how I was thinking.
You got a filler. You a filler career.
What vibe do you want people to get who has not listened to your project?
That you definitely gonna get the Shark Boy vibe. On tracks like 333, where I even shout out to Manny Mo 333 video in Miami on South Beach. That is a beach vibe. It's really me sitting. Like, I don't give a fuck with nobody in the history, like, town that's ever existed. That's what the fuck I did 333 through a whole way through. Then on top of it, I made the beat. Like when I say I say that because better than the next. There's something really super about that.
Exactly.
Like damn, bro. Like really can't study the competition with learn and learn and grow from you.
Each other.
And I take inspiration from people time. Maybe that's what they do. It doesn't matter. But me learning something from me and putting that, applying that to swag, whatever you do with your music, you're just missing the point. Be collaborative. So it's always great when like you hit me up for advice and you want to know the truth on a song because that you wanting more, not want to help, who genuinely just wants to be a better artist.
Yeah.
But it's those people who resist. Time, right? I'm the head producer at Artists and Musicians Hub. There's people in there that I done made their best song ever, and they know I have. They'll tell me like people say this song ever. I might have made this shit. I might have wrote it for whatever. And then after, treat me it never happened. Treat me like that helped me.
No.
They saw me like
but it's
really mind blowing.
Only thing.
Shit like that be blowing my mind. How people just don't really want to help themselves. Just like basketball players that made it to the NBA and they're GOAT players in the NBA, they grew up having a trainer. Did I just blow your mind? Parents put them with, and they had the monthly for as long as it took for their kid to become special. And when NBA homies like Jordan Clarkson, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I used to watch bro in high school.
Shout out to Jordan.
My dog Jordan.
Justin
Wagner. I'm using him in a life example because you know people when you use examples and something. How many that know Jordan Clarkson knows and be at Antioch working on it? That's the same thing any artist should do if you're gonna make it out of Santa. Why would you not be with only things the gym for an artist?
Or classmate in general.
Yeah, like or be practicing on your own. But I've been blessed to learn from Diamond Platinum producers, and I'm in Hollywood at the studio right across from the W Hotel, right off the strip. It's a different vibe. Fucking around, talking about whatever, acting a certain way, you get kicked out.
I want to know your thoughts on this.
Like,
why do I don't know if you do? I mean, telling their homies just to sit there and smoke and don't
weirdo shit.
They don't do nothing. They don't have input in it. They're not writing a bar.
Savage vlog or something where they saw that in the Young Thug YouTube documentary about his day in the life. Young known world artist, he can bring 30 niggas in the stool. But let's look at the videos where he's first hit. You know what I'm saying? Did you see 30 niggas in there then? Because if you did, fuck it, bring 30 of your friends in. But and
then at the end they there for the while.
Homies turned your session into a while with guns and AKs and shit that was the point of this whole. Yeah,
never. You didn't say nothing.
My rule is if you ain't contributing to the song or you ain't fuck up,
I'm not even telling you.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
Yeah, I say that with all respect.
I wish someone would say, let me pull up for what?
For what is the point?
You can put some water
and
and go back home.
This, right?
You ain't.
And where I'm a little bit lenient about that, where I'm cool, where I'm like, all right, bro, shut nothing musically that feels like they're about to come and blow you away with this genius music guy because they got and then they want you to try this. Hey, do this. You should try.
If you hit this beach ball,
you know what I'm saying?
With the well,
you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be
the dot, like bro.
The drums, the extra drums, with the bass and the piano.
Maybe that works sometimes on some records, but in many parties, and I can hear the finished product in my head, and all I'm doing right now in front of you is getting there. I don't need sprinkled on top of my idea, which was already fine in the first. You know what I'm saying? I'm a chef. You know what I'm saying? So I'm chefing up something. The fuck would you come and spin around? Yeah, that's cool. Like, why would you do that? Like, people got to know that the music is the most important thing. It's the vibe in this playing one beat. Make sure that vibe is there.
Because if it's off, then the whole session.
If the session is off, the whole song is gonna be off, and people not gonna like your performance, and you're gonna wonder, damn, am I not it? No, it's we forgot the fundamentals of this shit. Like, it's not there. There's no way I'm gonna pull out my laptop.
Exactly.
Don't even ask because I don't want to person like. What I really don't want to say is like, yo, y'all ain't hit makers here. Y'all ain't got the hit vibe.
I want to know, how do you step outside of the stigma of, you know, the Latin artists, the cumbia artists, get compared to the Pitbull?
Yeah.
Like, how do you make sure that I'm someone?
Yeah, definitely not that people like, you know, differentiate me. It's just me. I just do more. Even with Trap Summer being out and all this talk and all these interviews that I have, no one has ever, you said this, you make music like this. I haven't heard that.
Now, we know that, you know, I miss the old Pitbull. I'm in man, street Pitbull. And then, you know how, you know what, we gonna change you up. We want you to do pop.
Yeah.
If we come up to you and be like, hey, your whole style.
Right.
You down for it, or you sticking to that sound?
You know, me growing up, my answer gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna tell whoever asking me that is prove me why I should.
I never understood that. It's like you signed me to your label when I was doing Datman Man, and now you want me to switch stuff. If you like when I was doing the hood,
and artists when these labels say this shit to an artist, they feel like they're talking no earth, or they feel like into someone who doesn't have a life and career. You know, I think the I am a special case of me not lacking anything at all. I have the vision. I know who I know where I want and the people I'm gonna be with. As crazy as that sounds, my third eye is never off. So when I tell you, you'll see me with Lil Wayne, Metro Boomin, all the ghosts, DJ Must, you'll see me with these people. DJ Khaled, you'll see me with them. You'll be like, yo, get the straight to working with his Dream Collab and all the legends respect. You're gonna wonder, could I do that?
Working.
Already assuming that I'm him.
That's what you gotta do.
I'm living in the future. Like
that's
I'm
what said that he was on an interview and for a label, wasn't even A&R for a label yet. Then he got the call.
Exactly.
So like you set yourself in that position.
You have to assume that you're living. Wait for somebody to say you got it, kid. I'm the kid that know I got it. Nobody had to tell me. I know I got it. And the thing, I can say that anywhere I go in front of anyone and no one's gonna prove me wrong. Hasn't happened yet. I didn't talk shit on my IG.
We're gonna get into that a little bit.
And shout out to how my following has grown so quick, but I be talking the most of this shit.
We gotta get into that
you never heard no artist from this town get on social media and talk that shit like me. Is it about me? That question I want to ask.
Well, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna wait before I get into that.
For sure. Shark Boy season.
Because I got some questions about that.
Yeah.
Because like you said, third eye opening, you got the talent.
You know what I'm saying?
Is there anybody in San Antonio that catches your eye? Any artists?
Yeah, that's one song trap something. Toshio, we got Paris, Malika, J Darius, Fofo Mizzo, Roman, Charlize, Kells on the keys, J Lyric, Solo Jet, Will Too Ill, you know what I'm saying?
Artists.
We got John, you know what I'm saying? All these artists, and then I'm lit. I got it. I love, and I wanted it on my album ever. And they killed it. I made hits like you said with everyone. Like they all trusted me.
Did you mention that?
I'm putting the shark.
The shark
right there.
He's gonna sign my shark before
no.
Now, you mentioned you've been doing music for a while.
Years.
Dropping mixtape.
That's a decade.
Single women.
Yeah, EPs. Yep.
LPs, probably.
LPs.
You've been dropping all those, and you finally dropped an album.
And now 2020.
And a lot of people will probably say, dropping. Then only that too, with the pandemic hitting, and nowadays is the way to go.
Right.
I want to album, and do you feel like singles is really the way to go?
Well, that's to the first question. Like I waited to them. I just feel now.
Okay.
And it wasn't me waiting. I just wanted it to be the right time, me to be the right person, and externally to put out
dropping it in your space that you were back in the day probably wouldn't have been that us forever.
Like I'm a home.
You learned a lot.
I learned
high school B3 breaking our heart ain't the same as with the chest out and the tats.
Not different. And you know, the person I am now, it's only right that I made the album now because I'm in my faith, I'm in my happy.
You who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
They prepared you.
They prepared me.
Any kind of people who you are.
Who I am, long enough for me to keep your interest.
Be making career.
Exactly. And
you let people know, hey, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm give you like a taste.
2017, 16. Listen to my YouTube beats from.
So you don't know his mixtapes and
appetizers to the album.
To the album words. To the main course.
Yeah.
Which you dropped.
And I was stringing because like I feel me in the process of growing and I wasn't in a place to make an album because I was just kind of evolving. 2017, 18, 19, sending out beats, putting them on YouTube and like knowing that at the rate I'm going, it'd be great enough. And when I'm feeling I'm 100% confident in everything, then I'll make an album. And this something long enough to see it all play out is the biggest. Like I stayed with this shit forever. I started 2022, my first album, executive produced by me. And like, what the fuck was he doing in between time? What was he doing? The crazy shit. I've had people ask me, do I do music during this time? And that shit, that would tell me, motherfuckers not checking for 3, right? Exactly. But that's okay though. That's okay, because I'll make it to where, like, oh, no, check for me, you'll do the most for me. No choice. You'll have no choice but to check for me because everyone will be talking about me. And when I told you no one to shoot them, that shit moments. So somebody gonna let you in a movie. Like you is one of 2 people, so many people, even homies that I would hang with on the daily didn't show up. No one. And gave me some bullshit excuse. One, because that moment in that time, those same homies now are begging to be in the studio with me.
Question, do you still do music? Because I don't really ask that.
Yeah.
I always ask what you working on.
Yeah.
Don't just ask, are you still, because you might not be dropping tracks, but you working on beats.
That's
so
what I was telling
that's why I asked,
like,
what you working on?
I do everything. Like, I'm not putting music, like, I'm not doing music. I could be spending this whole year just working on my beats. Because next year, I'm crazy.
People buy your beats, They drop the song, you drop the beat. It dropped the song, so you technically drop something.
Exactly. And my producing for a lot of motherfuckers in and out built up this momentum as well. So much I have to absorb because like I got hits with motherfuckers in Atlanta, Chicago, Miami. I worked my ass off working with producers that are the UK. I got a kid from A who me and C Will. So so I could have made a drill beat. Yeah, I could have. Yeah, shout out to the UK. That feel. UK kid in the slums who's making beats trying to get his mom out. I need Phil. Exactly. And I found how you have long when we talked about the track for the first time after I said, when he saw me again after that, he was like, I appreciate you.
Man, shout out to C Will 2L, man. He's one of the dope people.
My dog.
I support. Shout out to him. Dope.
Yeah.
Now the second limit. It's all about singles. No one's hear albums no more.
Yeah. And that's crazy because I just dropped a hot ass album. Not about album no more.
But I always feel like they say that for underground artists. They don't say that about mainstream. Because Drake's still dropping an album, Beyonce's still dropping excited. For underground.
Yeah. And that's them, you know, being in their own minds about shit, like allowing outlet influences of your career. The best for me, except my man. And we have long talks about this shit, and we go back and forth and do what our next move or next. Like, it's a team idolizing your own cleverness, you know, and thinking, oh, I can make it one song in the world because I'm me. Like, go ahead and keep trying that. You know, doing my thing just now off my album. Like, my album, this shit, yeah, on my album, but I didn't just put my energy into one basket, and when that basket didn't work out, then I got, you know, I lost some confidence.
I feel like people jungle and then they don't promote it, and they don't know that, okay, and then they want to wait till like next May to drop them. No, singles, if you dropping singles, you got to drop.
No lie. No, for real.
Why wait a whole year for a single? You just drop that.
Drop the album. Like, you know what I'm saying? I shoot videos every month off my tape.
With albums,
and my album, I'm not to next type shit because I put in and what you put in your music. If I didn't put my heart and soul in the Trap Summer, my volunteers, literally, it wouldn't be. They saw me, and when we didn't have Trap Summer, probably had like one song I did with that album. She sung up every song by Brick with each artist, being in the studio with them, actually doing that performance and pushing them to their limit and wanting better from them. Like all of that went into Trap Summer. That's what makes it great because it's a memorable thing. Producers, you know, some of the producers, I'm just being honest, you know, some of they didn't like that. I didn't like when a lot of the artists hit me up, yo, can I hear the song? I'm like, nah, what you mean? My mom I can't hear it.
I'm always iffy about that because I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm not really an artist, but I'm always scared like if I leave, they might accidentally leak it, they might drop it. Want that,
right?
Because I'm working on EP right now with on my beats, and the first thing is, oh, can I release that song on my album? But I haven't even dropped it yet.
Yeah, one of anticipation, you know, not even heard my album.
Now let's talk about that. You have a manager, a dope manager who does dope interviews, by the way. MVP, shout out to killing it all the time. How did you know it was the perfect match? Because good manager, DJ, you know she was the perfect fit.
Yeah. And I tell her this all the time, like it was God's energy, and you know that like you meant to be with this person doing what you're doing now, and you knew it was God telling you then. Like when I love, it was like she was sharking me into like supporting everything that she does. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, if she's on my team and I'm doing what you're gonna do together. And then you know I was like, you know, I came to her about it. When, you know, I always see you at the jam session. Shout out to the Artist Hub. I was like, you know, manager. Like, what do you think about managing an artist? Like me. If you me, just know I'm rocking my shit. You need to be for me, but I'll always make sure that I back up everything I say. Like, you know, just think about when we talk. She was like, you know what? I'm gonna manage you.
Wow. I get asked that a lot all the time. People want me to. If I had the time, I don't want to say yes and not give that time into that artist, and they feel like they're neglected.
And it wasn't just I asked. It wasn't just because of that.
You have to vibe with someone.
It's the vibe.
You can have someone and y'all not vibing. It don't work.
And I'll make this clear for anyone speaking for her. She would not manage me if she didn't feel in her heart that I had the determination to be this artist. Right. When I turned to be and what this is all about, what Summer Never Ends stands for, and what Summer, she didn't just say, she's like, I have to really believe in it, and she does.
Because she has a lot of artists. She's seen a lot of talent.
Never managed.
She couldn't manage anyone.
And she's told me she wouldn't manage anyone else.
She couldn't manage anyone. She picked the perfect fit.
She could have picked any of you. She told me she would not manage anyone else because that's my hustle, my want to be the great back of everything I'm saying. Like I said, I'll be out here talking hella shit, but when I'm in that, honey is everywhere, every time, see it everywhere I go.
So, because you talk a lot of men.
Yeah.
I heard, I don't know exactly, I went to a studio.
Okay.
I'm not going to name the studio.
That's cool.
I was they're just dropping a podcast post
I
network
love
from my
it.
other podcast. The guy at the studio was like, "Man, have you heard of?" I was like, "Yeah." I still call you B3.
That's cool.
I know,
That's cool.
because I know you from back in the
Yeah,
day.
it's way back.
So I know you only 33 to me.
Yeah.
So B3, what? Yeah, I know B3. Man, I didn't have 3 artists come up to my studio and drop diss track. What are you doing to these people? Diss tracks. What
Hey,
are
that's
you
cool.
doing?
That's cool.
I haven't heard them, so I don't know if they released them yet or they just recorded it.
Crazy.
These artists that I've seen when I DJ'd on these shows.
Honestly,
Is that pressure? I feel like
it's
the
not.
pressure.
It's not just the pressure of me like being and making fucking songs that the confidence I have in display has never been seen from here. Wayne, Kanye,
The big names.
Drake, the big names. You've only
Yeah.
seen it in them. So when I'm in the studio doing this, being me, on the act,
Yeah.
I'm just being. I can literally sense through my third eye that that's crazy because they like, yo, I've been living my whole life thinking I was great. And here comes it was just overshadowed, overshine. Everything is about only that motherfucker. And you probably asking yourself, how? I'll tell you how. I'm a reflection of God's light. And God don't bow down
Yes.
God's energy. God's energy can change anyone's heart. So to those who made diss songs about Snow, I got the highest radio dreams. And I hope that, you able to make a super hit and get your mom out the hood or whatever you're doing this for. But let me say, when your motherfucking life get in the way of Shark Boy or think that you can.
I always wonder on U3.
Yeah.
I had an artist from another state. He said, "Hey, can you play this track?"
Right.
Like this other artist, I'm
Right.
more.
Right.
I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
I played it. Another artist hit me up, say, "Play my against him." I'm like, cool. You from P.O.s, you are these white. Does underground beef really matter if people don't know who you are?
Right.
I'm like, ain't nobody calling him and like, man, oh my God, they
Play
just
that
this.
motherfucker.
They just turn it up.
Yo,
I'm playing these dish tracks. People just like, these
Oh.
people, like, who are these?
Diss tracks that will never come out because you're going to realize what city you really in.
I'm
You're going
like-
to realize that you savage that you think you are. You're not from a
Man.
hood bigger than I got none of that. You that nigga I am. That's what you realize when you put out them diss tracks. You don't have niggas knock at your door. You the nigga that like my only 3? Hold up. Come on, sorry. Do you really want that? Like, bring up my name and see what happens to you. Because on that 100 years of bad luck, God's going to put on your whole life and your family somebody who's a reflection. Actually in the flesh pressing you about me.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is my town. There's nobody in this mother. Not even the mayor could come up to me, only 3, and be like, "This ain't your city, bro." No one. I don't give a who you are. The real of me talking shit that I just posted about me being the setter that you'll never be. That's at 10K views.
Mouth.
You heard it from my
He
mouth.
runs this city.
I run the
San
city.
Antonio.
I'm the plug.
He
I'm
runs
plug.
Antonio.
You think
The
you are.
plug.
You can at night and hype yourself up to be this person or whatever the case is. But it ain't the case when it's really in person. Feel your energy up close. It ain't never that savage that you claim to be. Because you know what? Fuck black and Mexican. 100% of both. I don't shy away from danger. I get excited. I'm a shark boy season.
Well, I'm gonna get into the.
Yeah, it's all positive.
I want to, they always flowers.
Yeah, most definitely.
When you don't see them, I'm gonna do that because, like you said, I've seen you grow.
Crazy. We see you grow.
Thank you. We have from being B3, now only 3, aka Shockboard. With your music is not the same because some artists stay the same.
Yeah.
Some artists still. And I like the fact that you go with your music, you go with your sound.
Thank you.
And it's not just a name change. Always change your name, stick to the same. Like,
exactly.
You grew, explore, you took an influence from, you took Texas to LA,
Like South Crenshaw, really went to school on Crenshaw.
Like, you brought that influence. You let an artist, hey, you don't have to do this one type of music, explore.
Yeah, they hate that I don't dick ride Houston and Dallas and try to sound like them. They hate that I'm not screaming.
Some tech competition, because he was for an artist that he knows. And he said that one of the artists performed in his song, he's like, really?
Really?
Stuck?
Really, though?
He's like, couldn't. He's like, we're still stuck with the I Didn't Came Down?
Yeah. On me.
And it wasn't style. It was actually, I can get if it's a freestyle.
Yo, and that's what's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They got the young trendsetter only 3 who's doing with a beach ball. You know what I'm saying? Sharking you and everything that you stand for. I don't really care what you think. I don't need nobody to share and tell my GOAT. Like I've been saying, not the GOAT. Can somebody or anyone, old or young, come to the studio, the head producer, Antonio, come there, find me in the biggest room, and prove that I'm not. It's never gonna happen. It hasn't happened in my studio. They be around talking crazy. They heard me freestyle minutes and just shit unbelievable. You're like, how the a producer too? Like, how you can't stand and know that
that's
exists?
a art right there, freestyle.
You know
That's another.
Grew up free on the corner,
That's
down the
another
street,
topic.
holding on the fucking tables with the trappers and the drug dealers.
All right.
practicing my, you know what I
Only
mean?
3. I'm gonna ask you some fun things.
Okay,
We
let's
got
get
to
it.
the deep
Yeah,
side.
let's get it.
First, always like to ask this question, even though sometimes I like
That's
to do
cool.
it.
You guys, let's
But
get it.
ladies
Uh-huh.
out there, brother, are you single, taking, or working on yourself
Every girl is my girl.
right now?
You can slide if you want. Slide in.
So what's that Instagram?
At only 3. At only 3.
Instagram, in case
At
someone
only
was.
3.
You hear that, ladies? You want a little caramel? You tired of the chop? Slide into the DM.
And let me say this. You see my skin color, but everywhere I go, I'm always the darkest nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know, I'm only fuck with this type of nigga. I fuck with this color or this. I'm all that shit, bitch. Yeah, I'm the nigga your nigga wishes he was. Whatever. Period.
So go ahead and shoot your shot, ladies. Shoot that shot.
Period, bitch.
Now,
that shit. What you gonna do about it? What your nigga gonna do about it? Yeah, I'm
now,
Shark Boy.
I don't know if you're a gamer. You do video games sometimes.
I definitely will play Call of Duty.
Gets people thought of you 3.
Wow.
I'm letting you know.
I might get
A whole long friendship might open this Xbox or PlayStation.
Xbox or PlayStation. That's hard. I love both.
Oh man, I thought we were friends. Look,
I just said I love both.
Look,
like I had
I got
I had
you.
the Xbox. I love that shit. And then I went to PlayStation. I had to try them both out, but then I stopped playing games all in because I really had to get straight up music. You know what I'm saying? You can get lost in playing hours gone by, but I love that shit. I love it. I'm having me a whole Call of Duty room. I'm sure in my
now the Dream Lab. I know there's a lot of
Lil Wayne.
That is
Second would be Kanye.
Kanye.
Third would be Drake.
Your top 3. Okay, Kanye and we assuming Weezy.
You're gonna see me with all of them. The thing is, I'm manifesting. I'm not gonna have all my Kanye, Drake, all these people calling me like, bro, yeah, let's make something. Like, even if it's just one time, I'm already mad. I can't hear my manager be like, yo, Kanye fly out because he wants you to work on this whole album with him.
Yeah.
He wants beat sound. He wants that sound, that Summer Never Ends. Teak label. Every big artist who come to Summer Never Ends and want an album with some Interscope, Universal, where they try all these different things. They'll put out all these different artists. Not saying that I'm not trying all these different and working with a lot of art, but it's a certain vibe that has to stay, and it's that beach. We got to keep them at the
I don't know, studio, if you have to have snack to keep you up sometimes or to keep you going. What's your favorite cup of
sour
shit?
cream and onion premium.
So hear that, ladies.
Starburst.
So after you slide into the DM, go ahead and mail him some sour cream and onion chips on the back, right?
Hey,
how they do it.
That's a good way to start.
Dr.
Pepper.
Oh
Dr.
man,
Pepper. You got the Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper and DJ and
Gummy
Gig,
bears.
and I'm feeling like tired. Man, give me some gummy bears and Dr. Pep.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Red too. Like,
I
it's
like
just something
Dr.
about
Pepper.
that. That gets me going. Like, I call Big Red and Antonio pre-workout. Like,
Hey, my boy got a bottle of Big Red. They make fun of me.
fun of you. That's like
not like in the valley. They say, man, you got one. Oh, so I'm always.
You know what I'm saying? I love Big Red.
Like, every time we face something, you got Big Red. And
I was at school every day when I was
where did you go to?
I went to
Breckenridge. Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to all my downtown kids. Shout out to all them Southeast, lower kids, Denver Heights, Rigby Ave area. You feel me? Real Southtownish.
Okay.
That's my hood too. You feel me? Like, yeah. Shout out to Judd. Yeah.
What would you tell B3? What would only tell B3? If you can give piece of advice.
I would tell you never give up, because the shit that's gonna make you it's gonna make you positive, and if you take it in the negative light, it may be sent to break, it may be sent to your confidence. If you don't look at it, those hard times through God's land and all those events that broke me, I saw it through God. The lessons, well, I just say the lesson.
Did you have a moment where you wanted to give up?
Never. It was moments where I was depressed because I felt like, in 2017, with the passing of my grandma who raised me, and grandpa the next year.
You talked about
then me not, I guess, getting the love that I felt like I deserved. I felt like I'm super toxic, and a lot of like super toxic. And he's asking me about how I feel about the music scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I'm telling on 16, like it was just me expressing like my distaste for people's whatever taste they had at the time, and I should carry. You know what I'm saying? Interview and see the positive and see like the hunger in me and that time, like going through everything I was going through, be here. Like it's a lot of moments where if I was average, if I knew this was all for, like, I would do a lot of shit that would have made a lot of motherfuckers like, y'all give up. Not just motherfuckers watching who ain't, believing in themselves, you would have gave up going through this shit. You know what I'm saying? I never gave up. I always just put my head up and my chin high. Was like, it's all God's plan. Definitely just.
How'd you come out?
Well, it was the reason why I was even feeling, because I was, on self to do the music thing, and you can't. Like, I would hear in this chair if it wasn't. I always say this in interviews too. I'm sure that people, the perception people have of me has went to the studio. This song's about me. But what you don't see is when I go to the temple and I get on knees and this flame felt like it was lost, or that it was dying down. It was like like that match goes out, like it's just that little fire. That's what I felt on my shit to go out.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, what is it? I got on my knees. If my life is not meant to be in music and my passion is not there anymore, then give me a passion for something else. I'll go do that. Passionless is not a life for only three. Like, I gotta be my heart invested to feel great and you know, to give that to other people. And God at that time told me, I didn't take it. I just gave you new ones. And your light to these new passions later on down the line in years to come, which turns years later, why it all comes first. Wow, you're a producer now, you're an engineer and a singer and a rapper and actor and see why that whole thing that makes up who you need to be for this moment that you're in. Drop Trap Summer, to be out of your city who's, let's just be real, I got the confidence y'all don't have. I don't have. Who else will? Yeah. But like, I'm doing you a favor, homie. I'm making sure that it's easier for you to get noticed. That raises eyebrows everywhere. Like, who the fuck? That too,
I feel like someone does a diss track against anyone, whether they big or unknown.
Yeah.
The song of the person you diss.
Exactly. Like who are you dissing? You see why that's all you from listening or listening to my album, and that's why I said thank you. I hope you live your dreams, because I don't have no negativity towards anyone. Maybe this whole room, like even on this camera, this is gonna be viral. You not seeing all my ancestors that laying around wishing that day they had a family, all the shit that they went through worthwhile, something to brag on. Imagine you live a life and you would hope that one day, whatever you want to call it, dark skin, whatever you want to call it, bloodline that has the confidence I have, that's going to influence a whole city to be better and will change an entire town. Rest of it. You wish you had.
Go ahead and get that Trap Summer. Only three.
Only Trap Summer. Shark Boy season.
It's on all music streaming platforms. Google, Spotify, Pandora. I know there's so many music streaming. I ain't gonna name it. All major music. And MVP Vibe. If you not check that out, because let me talk about that. Because I am an ambassador too. Let that out. We all ambassadors.
I love it.
Go check. Not just for artists. Start off with just artists. Now you got poets on there. You got DJ like me. You got podcasters on there to network with different artists.
MVP Vibe is groundbreaking. They support me 100%. These like companies like MVP stores like True North.
Artists legit. And what I like about MVP, easy, I can comment.
Right.
But MVP Vibe, you can tip somebody if you really feeling what they post. I can tip $10, $100, $1,000 if anybody want to.
You know what I'm saying? I want to tip $2 million. Go ahead.
$2 million, you know, a little quick tip people. You can share their post, you can like it. I love it.
Yeah, they got my
and they support the out to the shows. They not just behind the scenes, just an app. You know, they're in your face and you know this is who we are. Right. They are setting up because you know that's a major thing a lot of artists always back about. You get charged for this, you get charged for that. I want to put your music out there. All you gotta do is just support the app.
Right, and I feel like people like MVP Vibe, their groundbreaking, charge you to do all that stuff. They really charge you because they feel like you're wasting their time and they have to keep the lights on while you waste time.
We have this debate all the time on my podcast. We charge artists not because we feel like we just want to people no show, no call. Like you said, you wasted our time, energy, all that. Me working on my EP, I sent some 2 cents. I'm gonna tell you why. Because artists aren't serious. There's times I didn't book 5-6 hours of studio time, my money. Always one artist would show up, no call. Like I would expect that something happened and you call and say, hey, I didn't pick that more than you just not calling and saying nothing at all. So, and I'm still dealing with the book studio time today after your interview, and artists would be like, so if you are serious, I'm trying to get it done. Tap in. Because he heard the 2 songs, but I'm about to get a new single song I sent you.
Yeah, so, U3. Yeah. I'm Shark Boy. Why wouldn't you? Like, who do you feel you want? Why do people be?
And I'm happy I'm one of the few people that before the album back when you didn't.
I appreciate that. I never.
Tap in.
It don't go unnoticed the summer.
Get that. Definitely. One more time, give us all your social media. So let's say they want features, all that good stuff.
Do a booking me, getting me on a song. Hit up my manager at Shawty. Find her in the link on my page. @Only3. Hit me up. Really, I'm doing everything from my Instagram. I got that Only3. I got Facebook. Go follow me on Spotify. Go follow me on Apple, on YouTube. I'm really looking at on YouTube because that's where I'm pushing it to come through. And that's where I'll be putting content for y'all. You know, I'll be even doing a contest soon, so look out for that. But definitely follow me on IG, tap in, send DM. Let's keep it all positive. Love what I'm doing, or they do, but that's okay. I'm gonna feed you positive no matter what you try to serve me. I'm gonna feed anyone. You know what I'm saying? I don't look down on anyone. I'm willing to work with who wants to be the biggest in the world. But shit, you tell me one thing right, but the feeling that you give me don't say anything you just out of your mouth, I'm gonna
Yeah.
trust that I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you I don't really love music enough for me to want to work with you. Don't let that break your heart. That may be what you need, maybe what you needed to hear to actually get serious. So take every when I'm over here talking, understand that I'm doing this for the younger me. I'm doing this for my grandma who raised me. You know, the last thing she told me before she passed was like, promise me if anything happens to you, you're gonna live your dreams. So what you don't see is that wall. You want me to retreat and feel inferior. I can't. The trick, God is with me. I came back up, can't dim down my light because it shines too bright. Oh fucking well. Then build your own glow then. If you mad at my shit, you know what I'm saying? To me with that, nothing less than that positive, God's light is always a period.
You're the straight. Make sure you follow him everywhere. Only Cap Summer.
Fucking stream, shark.
You already
Shout
know.
out U3.
Did you go? DJ Blue Diamond, U3